I'm originally from Newcastle. I'm 39 years old. 1997, I joined the army, the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, and I've done 13 years in the infantry. I can relate to Benjamin's story because I did go through a lot of stuff that he went through when he was in the First World War. I've always got respect for all veterans, but when you find out that a veteran's done stuff like that, it's another level of respect for them. When you were in the army, it was a big, massive family. You always looked out for each other, and when you were behind enemy lines, you had to rely on each other, and you were like brothers, all of you. Just had to really look after each other. And when you weren't behind enemy lines and you were, say, back at the barracks, you were allowed to have a bit of relaxation, and that's when you knew you're going to have mates for life. I still keep in touch with all my mates from the army. We'll all get together. I think Benjamin, going through all the stuff that he did, more than definitely he would have been keeping in touch with all of his army pals. It's like a bond that will never be broken. Stuff that you see in war, it's not nice. People that go through that kind of stuff, it's always good to talk, not to like bottle it up. When Benjamin was injured, it takes a lot of courage. After the first time I went to Iraq, and this says that I have to go back to Iraq, it does take a lot of willpower to actually go back to the front line. Stuff like that I do relate to Benjamin. Benjamin, he had a bit of a roller coaster life. When he came out of the army, he wasn't really looked after. I did get looked after when I came out of the army. The army paid for these courses to help us fit back into civilization, the civvy street as they call it. The army does try and help as much as possible. But I do know that a lot of people struggled to adjust. I've lost a few mates due to PTSD. A few of them have committed suicide. It's because we've seen a lot of things that normal people haven't, and it does take a long time to adjust. Like, the worst thing you can do is go up to a veteran and say, "Oh, have you killed anyone? Have you shot anyone?" Just be nice and talk to them, because a lot of veterans don't want to bottle things up. They do want to talk about experiences. I've done 13 years in the battalion. I did go through some bad things, but if I was to turn back time now, I would definitely do it all again, because the friends I've made over the years, it was amazing. It's a bond that'll never be broken.